Joining us now from Moscow is CBS News reporter Mary Ilyushina. Mary, thank you for being with us. So delegations from Russia and Ukraine are meeting for a second round of talks in Belarus today. We know nothing much came out of that first round. All the while, Russia is continuing its bombardment. What is Russia's agenda for these negotiations?
Yeah, we just heard from the Ukrainian side that the talks have just ended, and it unfortunately doesn't seem that they've yielded more than the first round. They said that they're expecting to conduct the next round in the shortest amount of time, and Ukraine said they haven't achieved its desired goals yet, so it's definitely a slow process. But one thing that they've mentioned that there is some progress on is the humanitarian corridor for the wounded and the dead, and to bring in some aid. And this is something Russians are interested right now, because yesterday, for the first time, Russian military admitted its losses. They said nearly 500 soldiers died in the first week of the campaign, and there are also around 2,000 wounded, and that number is likely to go up and up because there are reports of Russian soldiers being brought to Belarus for treatment. You know, hospitals there in some areas are just full of Russian soldiers. So this is something that Russia will try to negotiate for itself.
Right now, how are the Russian people reacting to the economic ramifications of this war? And how is the Russian government targeting citizens who speak out? And has there been a reaction to that?
Yeah, well, there's definitely a lot of panic because so many Western brands and just foreign companies have pulled out of Russia. There, several card makers have said they're not going to supply parts or cars anymore. IKEA pulled out today, and there's some footage of people panic buying IKEA products because it's the last day it's open in Russia. So there's definitely a lot of unease and a lot of panic. Markets, the Moscow Exchange has not been trading this week at all because they're afraid of how it will affect the ruble, which already collapsed. So people are definitely fearing what is coming, and there's some protests going on today across Russia as well. Russians are trying to speak out against this war. There are already some detained, so there's definitely a big crackdown. And one of the most worrying things that happened today is that Russian lawmakers put forward this draft that would potentially target people who took to the streets to protest, and then they're saying they want to send them to the front to fight in this invasion. We have to keep in mind that the faction that put forward this bill is not the main one in Russia, but there's definitely, it's a very concerning move for a lot of people who are planning to go and take to the streets and to say that they're not supporting this action.
Mary Ilyushina in Moscow, thank you.